Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another wonderful conversations at Hot Life, Hot Love. What does it take to have your life be really hot and your love be even hotter? That's my quest in the world, to support and help and keep myself and all of my clients and friends in this quest of having the beautiful life and the beautiful love that we so wanted. And today I have a wonderful guest for us, and we are going to go to the metaphysical world. Just so warning, put your seatbelt on and put your helmet on, and let's strap in, and here we go. It's already happening. The energy is taking over us. The amount of joy that is happening on the call, the minute I connected with Dr. Evij, is that right?
Yes, Dr. Evij.
Dr. Evij, it's just been so super fun as is. And let me just, before I bring her in, I wanted just to put a little context about this conversation, because so often I run into friends or clients or people come to me to work with me, and their whole life looks like there's a major breakdown. Their marriage is falling apart, their career comes to an end, their house burned down. I mean, they tend to come together in a whole mess like that, and you're like, geez, really? Another thing? Can I handle any more than this? And most people tend to have the perspective of, why me? Why is this happening to me? And Dr. Evij and I have a different perspective. This is cause for celebration, because you're not going crazy. You're actually awakening. Something is awakening in you. So that's the conversation today. I can't wait to play with this. So come on in, Dr. Evij. You are an amazing light body mentor, a metaphysical guru, and you channel source and all that wonderful being into to support and love us. So welcome.
Thank you, Mayvu. I'm excited to be here.
Yay!
Yay! Do the happy dance.
I know. So give us a little more detail about you. How did you get here? How did you become Dr. Evij, the light body mentor? And what the heck does that mean?
That's a good question, and it's a loaded question, so I'll keep it as brief as I can. For me, this whole light body stuff started when I was 12 years old and started getting visits by Beyond. And so literally I was guided my entire lifetime to what my purpose would be. And it's the time that we're in, moving into amazing energies and being able to raise our frequency and our vibration. So it has to do a lot with that. And really your light body is just a higher aspect of yourself that's pure energy in the higher realms, and I help to connect you into that. So that's what it's all about. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm just feeling so much joy just coming on the call with you, and I'm all like, is that what it is? If that's what it is, I want more of that.
That's part of it, because when you get your light body, all of a sudden life completely changes for you, because as a divine being, it's supposed to be with ease, grace, and joy. And so that's the frequency that you begin to vibrate at 24/7. No more are you swinging back and forth on that pendulum of feeling good one day and feeling crappy the next day, but we get to move to 0 point where it's joy, happy all the time.
Yeah. So you know what? I like all the other people want to be in that. I don't want to swing. I just want to be on that end, right? On the good end. But to get from this end where it's bad and everything looks like it's breaking down, and to that, and that whole thing that we're talking about, which is, you're not going crazy. You are awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Let's slow this down a little bit more, and let's talk to those who are in the breakdown place. And how do they go from there to all the way back to the joy when everything, all the evidence says, holy shit, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Holy shit, my daughter's not going to have her father, and blah, 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 blah. What do we do?
And that's a great question, but the issue is it's the illusion that it's breaking down. We have to get to the point where we recognize the gifts in all of these little things, because quite honestly, all it is, they're lessons causing you to expand. And as you move through the lesson of it and let it go, then more of who you truly are will begin to be revealed.
Okay,
And
I'm
so,
going to slow you down for a second because we
okay,
hear this statement all the time. The
okay.
lesson that causes you to expand.
Mm-hmm.
It is so hard for the human brain to understand this one
Okay.
statement,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You want to explain it, or you want me to
Yeah.
explain
Well,
that?
we both will.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, stuff happens, right? And you came forth because you wanted to grow as a being. You wanted to be more than what you appear to be. So
Right.
how do you grow but through contrast? So yes, the crappy job, the awful spouse, the loud kids, the job that you can't stand, all of these things you have to work through because it's in the journey. So you're trying to find your happiness and your joy regardless of what appears around you. And as you can do that, as you can work your way through it, you are learning.
Yes.
And
Okay. So let me just repeat that because this
okay.
is it escapes us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When something is bad, what you think is bad or
What you think is
painful,
bad.
that's right.
Yeah.
We highlight what you think is bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask TVs or me, we would be like, yeah, I'm so happy that your house burned down or that you lost your job, right? Because we don't see it as bad. We see it as, ooh, let me get my lawn chair out, get my beer, and I'm going to watch the magic's going to unfold in front of me. You know, that's how I see it, right? But
Yes.
most people, when that happens, they think it's bad. Your wife left you, you think it's bad. Your husband cheated on you, you think it's bad. That's the contraction that she's talking about. So you have to feel all that tightness and contraction so that you can expand and find yourself and become something bigger, the next version of you. Make sense?
Absolutely. So here's an example. I had a client who uh, went through a really bad divorce. And that divorce forced her to come to her fork in the road, to make a choice, to stand up for herself.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we were having our conversation, I said, now that's your impression of everything. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. In fact, let's go to the place that you are before your birth
Mm-hmm.
and look at the pages of that contract. He loved you so much that he agreed to be the thorn in your side at the right and perfect time to piss you off so much that you would be forced to stand in your power, to make the right choice when you got to the fork in the road, and to get your voice back. And that's exactly what you did. Look at you now. You're powerful. You're standing in your own light. And you did it on your own. That was your purpose. And he came forth to help you accomplish that mission. So it was a blessing and a gift. And she just started to cry when she realized, wow, this is true. He must have really loved me to be that crappy in the physical so that I would do what I was supposed to do. And that's what it is, folks. We're playing these roles to help each other. And so that mean boss or that child or whatever it is, it's a role they agreed to play to help you to grow. And the sooner you can recognize that that is a gift, the sooner you will move through it, get the lesson of it, and move on. But we cannot move on autopilot. We cannot move on when we are not thinking and living consciously. And we keep doing the same rut, the same thing day in and day out, expecting to get something different to happen. It doesn't work that way. We have to wake up. We have to accept responsibility for where we are, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we're creating, and then we start to take baby steps in a better direction.
Hmm. There's so many things to highlight and tease out in what you just said there. I'm just like, oh, I should have stopped her. And now so I can highlight.
Rewind!
I know, it's recorded, thank God. So what really struck me, the first thing that you said that I want to capture is, he loved you so much, or she loved you so much, that he agreed to be in this contract in this lifetime to help you experience that, right? Whatever that is, to be the
Mm-hmm.
cane on your side so
Yeah.
that you learn to speak up and stand in your power.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do that and learn to move through that, then you can also let go. Like, you don't have to hang on to that hurt anymore, that he was a pain in your side, right? This is what people, as I work with divorced moms who are dating again, I mean, this is where they get stuck, right? First,
Yep.
they don't see that he was here to help them, to play that role that you were talking about, in
Mm-hmm.
order for them to experience that. And then, because they don't see that and they refuse to see that, and then they get themselves into this victim place, they feel really victimized about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they get really righteous and they dig themselves out, and then they continue to carry the righteousness in them, and then they go and repeat that same thing again. Just like, you don't have to do it that way.
See, you didn't learn what you were supposed to get from it. And so now the energy of it is a program, and that program goes down into your subconscious mind, right? Your subconscious doesn't know any better. It's just doing what you programmed it to
And
do.
repeat,
So
repeat.
now what happens? You get to the next relationship, and your subconscious says, don't worry, I got this. We failed the last 20 times. We're going to fail the next time, because that's the program.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what living on autopilot and allowing your subconscious to run the show. To change things, you have to come to the conscious, and you have to make a choice in every conscious moment.
Mm-hmm.
Purge the subconscious mind
Mm-hmm.
and reprogram your subconscious mind for healthier concepts. It's based on childhood, right? How are our parents communicating when we were children? That goes into the subconscious as a program. Well, my parents argued over money, so I'm going to have conflict when I get married over money. It's a program.
Mm-hmm.
Well, religion taught me this about I'm a sinner and I'm not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I am an adult and a female, I'm going to say I'm not worthy, because that's the program.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about getting into the subconscious and clearing those false programs that no longer serve your best and highest good. Recognizing that they're there, clearing them, reprogramming with I am worthy, I am love, I am lovable, I am likable, I'm deserving of my good. Programming yourself, and then you move forward as a
Mm-hmm.
conscious creator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as a conscious creator, again, they're such big words, So I'm trying to, like, I'm
I
the
know.
translator. It's so funny to be an Asian. English is my second language, and yet I'm translating the English to English so that you people can understand what you're talking about. Anyway, aside from that, so when we can really accept that we are consciously creating, that means everything is happening. Again, this is hard, I know. You're watching this and you're like, well, I didn't create that car accident. Why does that happen? And then we have so much shame and punishment to ourselves, right? Rather than really being curious, right? It's like, oh, why did I create that? That's very intriguing. Let me see what my soul has to teach me. Like, if you could start the whole life from that place.
From that perspective. And you see, here's the thing. You get what you are a vibrational match to. That's the law of attraction. So, okay, I'll give you a wonderful example. Okay, so I've been visited since I was 12 years old, and I didn't really know what all of the visitations were for. So in 2004, I'm driving down the road. You know, I live here in Las Vegas. I'm on my way to a photo shoot. I'm singing and just having a wonderful time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on my way to a photo shoot, and 15 cop cars are doing a chase, a high-speed chase. I see them, so I pull over to the shoulder, minding my own business. Well, guess what? One rear-ended me at 120 miles an hour. I went into the light, had my, into the light moment, and came back awakened, and they said, "You're here to bring them into the light." And so what was so interesting to that,
Wait, you're like,
so
wait, could you have just told me that in a dream instead of
here's
in
my
my...
point. But
Yeah.
here's the point. At that time, in my contract, I was supposed to awaken. But where I was vibrationally speaking,
Mm.
I was in alignment with an accident. So an
Mm.
accident happened. Now, if my vibration was higher at that time, it could have been me breaking a fingernail. You know, I
Mm.
have long nails. It could have been me breaking a fingernail. Oh, it's time to wake up. But,
Wait, no,
right?
wait, I want to play that scene now. It's like, oh, God, my fingernail is chipped.
I better wake up.
I can't do that with a straight face. That means I have to wake up.
You see? But you're going to get the contrast to where you are a vibrational match. And so if that's a relationship that's going to break apart, if that's a job that doesn't pay well, whatever that contrast is, that's what you're going to get at the time to help you to get it and to wake up. And so I got it. And so now, and I blessed it. It was so funny. Shortly thereafter, I did a gig and I was singing and I was in a little pain, quite honestly. I tore 2 discs in my neck. And someone in the audience said, "Why would God let that happen to you?" And I stopped them. Even then, I knew. And I said, God had nothing to do with the causing of this accident. I said, 2 people occupied the same space at the same time, and that is an accident. And it was because that's where my vibration was at the time. But through the grace and the love of God, I was lifted. I actually went into a white space, and I was hovering in this golden white space and didn't even remember the accident. On the second impact, I came back into my body, and there I was holding the wheel. And they said, "You were just in an accident." That's how much God loves me. So they're like, "Whoa, okay, I get it." And that's what we have to recognize. However this contrast shows up, it is a blessing, and we are loved, and we are divine. And it's about us waking up and realizing just how divine we are.
That's so fun. And
Yeah,
what I'm getting from what you're saying is it's like once you start to embrace that, then you see that everything is in alignment and everything is orchestrating in your favor. Rather than seeing that life is happening to you, you're seeing that life is happening with you and for
absolutely.
you, right?
Yes, yes. And it's so amazing when it starts to happen with you and you're becoming the co-creator and you realize that God's source energy is this pure, positive, loving energy. It only flows in one direction.
Mm.
It's giving constantly. And you either are tapped in or you're not
Wait,
tapped in.
tap in or tap out?
Yeah, that's it. God isn't up there saying, "Today, Mayvu, you weren't a good girl yesterday. I'm not going to give you that new car." God's not doing that. God is not judging. It is only a loving energy that is constantly providing. So you have to become a match to that energy or you're not. So if you're not getting your stuff, you're not a match.
Okay, so I have a real life scenario to play with.
Okay.
Can we?
Yes.
Okay. Pick me. I'm the guinea pig. I want to play with. So,
Okay.
so I hear that, and I have been working on this up the wazoo. Okay, and I'm pretty good at a lot of things. Like weather, I got that one handled. If I want to go somewhere, even if everybody said it's going to rain and storm, I would say it is not. If there's going to be a clearing right when I'm driving, and that's how it is. And
Yep.
that it's always happened. So I'm like, like almost 100% on that one already. Now,
Mhm.
where I get, oh, and love and having, attracting and creating a good man, I'm really good at that. That's just like solid for me. All right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Where I'm still stuck is the money energy.
Mm.
So I noticed myself would be, I'm able to manifest bigger thing, and then it
Mhm.
would collapse. And then I would work, and it cost me like 3 months in collapse, and then I'd
Mhm.
open up and allow for, more money to come in, and then I would collapse. Help me with that. What the hell pattern is that?
So here's the interesting thing about money. Money is currency,
Mhm.
current energy. And also, money is about relationship. So, deep down inside, your relationship with the energy of currency is messed up.
I know. Can you like find it and help me fix this thing?
And so, and so that's a matter of doing some energy work on you. Um, and it's, yeah, I can feel it. Doing some work on the heart to actually clear those energies around the heart, to raise your frequency. As I give, so I receive. So to raise the frequency of the circle and your frequency of money to allow you to receive more. So there's just some little program probably left over from a childhood about money and your relationship to money that was seeded as a child that messed up the idea of what money is, and you're deserving of it. So wherever you grew up, it was more than likely poor.
Yes. I was in Vietnam. It was as poor as you can get.
Okay, and so there was struggle,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And always having to work hard for pennies.
Hmm.
And so that program is still there.
Hmm.
That's all. Yeah. So, oh, and so it's about,
Like, how do we get rid of this? I already know that part. It's like, what do
oh,
I do with this bugger?
okay, so it's twofold. It's doing the energy work to clear it energetically and to go back to that inner child, that little child, and bring that child into your heart space and to heal her and to let her see that that was just a small piece of the picture and that that was the circumstance there, but that wasn't the reality of all of it. And so to bring her into the picture and to let her see that so that she can heal. That little child's going to cry. She's feeling insecure right now. I can actually see that inner child. And she's sitting there probably on the bare floor and she's crying because she doesn't have enough. She doesn't have enough food. She doesn't have nothing to play with. And she's feeling the struggle of not having enough. So that inner child has to come into your heart and we have to tell her it's okay. That was then and it's okay. I love you. I'm here to take care of you and nurture you now. You're so worthy and you're so deserving of all the abundance. And allow that little girl to just start to feel her strength and her power. And we surround her with love. I don't know if you can feel it, but we surround her with love and we let her know that she's okay. And then we clear that energy that's blocked around your heart. And then we bring in more energy and we raise that frequency.
Mm.
And then now your part as a conscious adult is to start to what's the word I'm looking for? To reprogram and to tell yourself that I am worthy and start to have that conversation with yourself that, even when you go to bed at night, you put the word wealth by your bed and you fall asleep saying the word wealth, right?
Mm.
And you begin to seed in your subconscious now the idea of being worthy and having enough,
Mm.
being able to provide with ease. And so these are the new programs that you have to seed your subconscious as we work with the little inner child and letting her know that it's okay, she's okay now, and she has
Mm.
enough.
Well, something just clicked on when you said that. It's like, oh, I keep creating not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I keep experiencing that, right? And it's just like, oh, like there, that that sense of
That's it.
not enough. It's like,
Yeah.
and boy, Christmas is a great time, and I can see myself getting myself all wound up and creating that same experience. Oh shit, not enough again.
See, and here's the thing. If we understand the power of our words are everything. For an
Mm,
example, I'll share with you an experience that I had. I think we have time. So I heard the word William
mm,
for a week, and I thought William was a new guide coming in, right? And one morning, in the wee hours of the morning, all of a sudden I'm in this place, and Yeshua, yes, Jesus, Yeshua, whatever name you give him, he was standing there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing. And so I'm beginning to walk over to him, and as I do that, he morphs into William. And
mm,
I get to William, and I grab his hand, and I shake his hand, and as I do that, he has a smile from ear to ear. I come back through this vortex, and in this vortex with me is this green and golden energy. And now I'm laying back in bed, and I'm like, what the heck was that? I had so many questions for you. All of a sudden, I heard them say, I am love, I am light. And I started to say that, and my whole body started to ripple like I was on the ocean moving up and down. And then I stopped saying it, and my body was still. I said it again, and my body started to ripple. They said, it is the will of the I am presence that you've been given. It is the attention that you give to the intention that makes all things manifest.
mm,
And so you have to understand that your words are energy and frequency causing you to move. It's going to go out on that wave, and it's going to come back to you. So you set an intention of lack and scarcity every time you say, I don't have enough.
mhm,
And if you give it attention, right,
mhm,
it is the will of your I am presence to make manifest what you give attention to.
mhm.
So you perpetuate it by
So
speaking it.
how do I stop that? How do I change that?
Get off autopilot. Get off autopilot. Start to move yourself in and to be aware of what you're saying, of what you're thinking. And if you say something like that, you want to cancel and clear it and
Erase, erase, erase.
Yep, exactly. Erase, erase, erase. I even have that in my book. Erase, erase, erase.
Mhm,
Cancel, clear, and rephrase it.
mhm,
Because you have to hold yourself accountable. So even say in the middle of the day, you stop and pay attention. How are you feeling? Am I experiencing wonderful, joyful experiences, right? And where am I on that pendulum?
mhm.
And if you're feeling good, fine, continue with the thoughts you're having. If you're not feeling good, you're creating this lack, this scarcity, this doubt, this pain, this fear. Stop. Recognize that you are creating it. Cancel out those thoughts that you're having that are creating it. Rephrase it. Set a new, clear intention and move forward. So
So
that's the thing.
I love it. And so here's what I notice is that the attachment to telling the story. I know I'm
Mm,
not the only one on this one. The attachment to telling how terrible it has been or the reality of it. But you don't
mm-hmm.
understand. I'm going through a hard time right now. I have a lot of debt. You know, like this is what I don't want to say because I
Well, that's the
actually know
story.
not to do things like that, but it's like,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, but you don't understand, you know. So if you find yourself ever say, I'm speaking to the audience now, if you ever find yourself say, but you don't understand, I got to tell this story one more time, that's where you want to stop. It's like,
Yeah.
stop telling that story.
Exactly. Stop telling that story because you're speaking then your truth. And if you're speaking that as your truth, then that's what's going to continue to manifest and perpetuate itself because it is the law. It
Yeah.
has to.
So what should people say when they are, I don't know, let's just say, you know, they're $50,000 in debt and they feel overwhelmed by that. What should people be saying instead? Like, so how's it going?
I am doing well and I could be better. Or I am
Mm,
doing fine and all is getting better.
mm,
Because you have to always look at the solution of it. You don't have to say I'm $50,000 in debt. You don't have to say any of that. You already know that.
mhm,
So now, how do you see it unfolding? Well, you know, things are going okay. And I can certainly, you know, see them getting better.
mm. Yeah,
And so that's the thing, always starting to see it better. It's en route to getting better.
let me test out this one. I've been saying I'm just going through, another expansion in my money thing. I'm working through that, and it's going to like really expand and have a good time. But I'm just going through, the pinch of that. Does that any better than?
Well, here's the cue. If it makes you feel, because your guidance is your feeling,
Yeah.
so when you say it, if you feel good, then it's probably okay.
Mm.
If you don't feel good and you're trusting and really believing what you're feeling, if it doesn't feel good and you're like, ooh, why did I just say that? Then it wasn't good.
Okay, great. Because that feels good to me. I mean, I have to have an authentic stand, and at the same time, I'm like really loving and embracing the energy of that. It's like, it is. I just know what this is. I know that it's not the reality. I know that my spirit is just contracting so I can expand again. It's another one of those cycle,
Yeah.
and I just want to like move through it.
Yeah,
So
so
let's move through it. Yeah.
I'm moving through my money issues and I'm learning more about myself as I move through my money issues. And
Yeah,
I'm feeling good about that.
and I'm expanding my capacity to receive. So like
Yes. Yeah.
that's what, yeah,
It's true because you want to always speak your truth. You just have to be mindful of how you word it,
that's right.
right?
And it's a brand new vocabulary. Like up to this time in history, we know how to speak from the poverty, scarcity, um,
Yeah.
imprint. But we're learning how to speak the abundant, prosperous,
Hmm.
healthy language. Just like we're learning to eat healthier, we're also learning to speak healthier. So
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
what we need to learn as a humanity.
And the key to that is really start to tap out of those influences like the news and the programs, right? Television,
Yeah.
magazines, all those things that are telling you that there's a war going on or that the gas is too high or inflation is here. Don't let don't watch that
Yeah.
because believe it or not, your subconscious hears and takes it as a program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't watched the news for the last 15 years, and
Yeah, it's been at
frankly,
least that.
I'm perfectly happy the way I am. Like, there's nothing, I haven't need anything from the news up till now. And every time it comes on, now I feel it's like cigarette, being around cigarette smoker, your
Hmm.
body is just like, ugh. But if you're used to it, then you're like, oh yeah, they smoke, big deal, I'm around that all the time. But if
Exactly.
you don't, it's like, ugh. So that's the same thing with the news and anything negative, really. And
Yeah.
people who are cycling lots of drama and story, just walk away, like
Walk away.
walk away from the car,
Yeah.
don't stay there.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so
Exactly.
much, this is so great. So let's reiterate this. If your life is falling apart, that is what we call contraction. That's
Contrast. Yes, that is
contrast, right?
contrast.
And it's
Yes.
contracting, it's okay. That
Yep.
means that as you move through that, you will expand.
Hmm.
Okay, but you have to move through that. And so if you need help moving through that, contact me, contact Dr. Evij. Like we have different sets of tools, but we have tools to help you move through that in a way that allows you to expand and have much more fun with yourself. Tell them
Absolutely.
about your book, darling, because I'm
Oh,
sure they're going to
okay.
want to see that.
So my book, I don't know if the camera will pick it up.
Yeah, it
Here's my
does.
book.
Hold it still. Wait,
Okay.
hold it still. It said, Not Crazy Awakening.
You're Not Crazy, You're Awakening by Dr. Edvige. You can find it online, Barnes& and Noble,
Yay!
Amazon, and even Kindle. So there you
Nice.
go. You're Not Crazy, You're Awakening. Yeah, just amazing. And it gives you lots of tools to help in the awakening process, as well as shares lots of my experiences from beyond.
So if they want to book a session with you, darling, what should they do? I know that you're booked through December, so they have to
Go to
wait
my
until
website.
after the new year. So
Well, go to my website, dredvige.com, and that's DREDWIGE.com, and you will see where you can book sessions. Go to the shop on that page, and it will take you to booking sessions. And yes, December,
it's
actually, we're moving
gone.
into January now. Yeah, January is getting there as well. But
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Well, congratulations. I can see and feel actually why you're having so much success happening to you, because there's a level of joy and fun and lightness that you have that has the capacity to hold all these things. So I'm so happy for you, and
Thank
I'm so
you.
happy for all your clients who are getting blessings and touched by you.
Thank you.
Oh, yay! Well,
Yay.
another another half an hour has gone by,
Uh,
and thank you so much for watching. If you like this series, please put a comment down below and give me a suggestion on what else should I be talking about. And if you like this, please share with your community and on Facebook and on all the social media, so that other people can get to meet Dr. Evige and me, and so that we can support you in creating the hottest life and having the hottest love in your life. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next Tuesday. Bye.